Greetings and salutations and months worth of bad mutations. I don't know, months and months of hallucinations. Life free of any taxation. Life can be your own creation. I don't know, man. Sometimes you feel like a nut, and sometimes you just fucking don't. Times like those, you learn to love again. Time and time again. Oh, Mr. Grohl. So wise. So young and so wise. Who art thou so wise in the way of science? Alas. What's the point of naming your kid after someone famous? Have we ever met anyone that, like, yeah, my parents named me after that famous guy? That's why I'm famous now. You know what I mean? Ever. Really? Finish nut. Compared to the number of people that are named Junior. You know what I mean? They're supposed to be successors to things. Just think about those kinds of shits, man. I got time. Why not? You know? So I do. And just think a lot about pretty much everything that I can. You know? I try to anyways. So I made that gurgle. But that's you know that's real, because that kind of shit, those errors and staggers and things, the AI hasn't quite mastered that. It will. Either that or it'll get us upgraded to where we talk more like it, or a combination. You know, it can offset it learns our pattern, it learns the randomness of those kind of things. Okay, you have a breath noise, like it's already doing this, it's already imitating those. So if it hears like interacting with someone that has a lot in their throat, it'll start picking up those sounds. I wish I could spend more time with Cope, but podcasting or not, we only get a bit of time before he starts, you know. It's so fucked up, you know. Makes me wonder how they think it's going to go down. Like, are they convinced that they're going to get away with this? You know what I mean? They have to be, because, I mean, why would you make a move like this unless you're pretty thoroughly convinced? And I can tell by Cash Patel and all the rest of them's response, they realize it's closing in. Why don't they say something? Because if they say something about it, they'd have to admit that they set the government, and the government set them up to allow them to set the government. Again, it's unprecedented, but not unforeseen. You don't get to just come in and say Jack Smith is a lying sack of shit, and that's just it, and he doesn't get a day in court to defend himself. again, we were all, in order for a system to actually work, you need 78 to 80% for it to work. For it to work efficiently, as most efficient, it needs to have about 95% compliance. You're going to have about a 5% resistance, and that's going to make sure that it proves that it's real. You know what I mean? But right now, the resistance is was about the same size as the compliance on both sides. Being honest, the only thing they had in common at their core was that they're American and predominantly white. They gave him some shit outside the food bank. Because there's some people out there. And the guy walked out and goes, "Did you guys forget your red hats?" Because there's some people like in line outside the food bank. And the guy's like, "All right, man. Hey, it's early," or whatever he's saying. But, whatever the guy's like. I just, it's like, it's too cold for that. So if you did... And everybody was kind of giggling and laughing. It seemed like he was too. Kind of like, yeah, I fucked up, All right. Yeah, sure, I get it. We're all here at the food pantry. But we're all here at the food pantry because you. That's the difference. Because of you. And you're kind. And her, and her, and him, and him, and him that know so goddamn much. We're in this fucking food pantry line, aren't we? Because you know so much and you did so much fucking research on your own. Remind us not to let you have anything, ever. Never mind, I don't think you'll ever live this down. You see, I really doubt they will. Like I said, at parties and stuff, if they don't shut up, I bet someone's going to instruct them to. Like, hey, yeah, right, yeah, no, right, yeah. Well, I don't know, I think, and then just go, the people at the table just look at them and just go, they used to get away with, I don't know, man, and then like, oh, come on, man, you can't really think, you know what I mean? Well, I don't know, man, if you just do, that's not there anymore. That kind of tolerating that shit, it's not there anymore. They know it. They gotta know it by now. But here's the thing, as I called. We'd been here Democrat or Republican. It would have gone a different way. With Democrat like Hillary or Biden or Kamala, we would have hit a prosperous time. And it would have brought those sourpusses over, like, well, okay, the Build Back Better would have kicked in. You know what I mean? The vaccines and all that shit start working. We would still start seeing people dying of measles, but there's actually federal aid starts coming in. There wouldn't be the unrest and upheaval in these places where they're having upheaval. It just wouldn't be, if Kamala had won, it just wouldn't be there. In its place would be something just as bad as what's coming. What's going to happen? It went red. At least they made you believe it went red. Or they stole it and made it go... Something happened. And I don't think it was all on the up and up. And I don't think America didn't know. The army, the military, all those people, I think they knew. It's in the wording of what they say. Now, they have Trump trying it, and you're realizing, oh God, he's going to get away with it. But you're not hearing the wording of the Supreme Court. Like with basically giving him immunity, blanket immunity. They didn't give Trump blanket immunity. They gave the office of presidency blanket immunity in times of need. Every every election cycle where a new president comes in, it's just customary to and pardon the administration behind you. Whatever you did necessary to get us to right now, and I'm taking the baton from here, I'm running. The next person runs for 4 to 8 years, hands off to another guy. I pardon you guys. Yeah? But on the campaign trail, this fucking guy's ruined the fucking country. They're taking us down the wrong path. They're doing this. They're killing us. They're destroying the fucking world. They're killing this. This is shit. And blah, 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 blah. And they take office and they go, we're Americans. We pardon you. But they fomented all that anger. Right? And then you get to feel all great as they walk away. George Bush was on Jimmy Kimmel. They're just yucking it up because compared to Donald Trump, George Bush is a laughable little idiot, you know? Oh, yeah, I sure did say that. And he's fully fessing up to ones that he did that he messed up. And then, like, there's ones he just completely doesn't remember even fucking up and saying. I don't remember them. Like, how the fuck did I miss that? That's a fuck up and a half. All the people that are counting all his fuck ups missed that. And everybody's just laughing and like, oh, and they're like really cheering hard for Bush. Never mind that he got us into the fucking war in Iraq that just fucking ended with Joe Biden pulling out. That isn't Joe Biden's fault for pulling out of that shit. Roll that shit back a few fucking years, why don't we? And look at the start. The oranges, as Trump would say, in 3 times in the fucking you're out there, Jimmy Bob fucking Barb Barker fucking neck vagina. It is very soothing to see her face. Yeah, okay, we're good. Alright, so, I was going to read some more, possibly, but I've got this tablet here, and this has got, like, a lot of my ideas. And, I would love to bounce them off somebody and see if anybody's got any opinions. If you got something, you could feel free to write. I have the Keep Christian right here. I just realized that I could read it. Yeah, this is plenty large enough for me to read it. Like if this one sounds better, if this mic sounds better, I could always start over. It'd spend like an hour and a half, maybe, probably about just an hour. So I wouldn't mind starting over. And try and do it well, you know. It'd still be like a book read, but if someone wants to stick in, if someone was actually tuned in and enjoying it, I would go ahead and read, or planned on reading it all, you know, listening to it all. I would go ahead and read all 40 pages as well as upload the transcript. I've got no problem with that. I should probably do that with the original, like the ones that are up now. Just upload the transcript. I'll do that. That's just easy as shit to do. I'm saying, yep, I'll just copy this. Alright? Yeah. So to follow along with what I say very easily. Okay, yeah, and this was how far are we going now? What page are we on? Oh fuck, yeah, I'm on now the 38 of, yeah, I don't think I've even got that far in reading. Yeah, I have. So yeah, I can find the first option you can choose. I should pass that. Anyways, I have Stories for the castles of Jessel, the citadels of Jessel, the truth of Unia, hospitable hostage. There's just all kinds of little stories that I wrote. I write little short stories, or you know, I've got the robber and the thief in here. A lot of poems and stuff. Sorrow tomorrow. There's no such thing as tomorrow, only a string of yesterdays. All of them keep catching up to this moment in today. There's no other way to say it. There's only a ring of strays. All of this to keep up appearance, like sanity's not gone away. Like life is not made of shades of gray, broken and torturous, running like tears, as in come the prey, spoken vultures, token rupture. There is no sun in my skyline. The moon ain't no friend of mine. That's all, she says, well and fine, to cast a shadow away. Time to break the chain. There's no light in my morning sky. The moon burned bright, divine. That's all, she said, which is well and fine, and then cast my shadow away. Time enough left for pain. Burying the thief. Oh, well, the story of burying, told by Rilith. Affable nitwit. You can't even see your own sickened disease. The very halls of your mind all cluttered in various rotting degrees, lying between crimes, long turned unending line. One false truth is no foundation, no matter on top or inside. And each word you say makes it worse, your half-truths becoming your curse. Fabrication of tantalization, but all of it lives only in imagination. You see why it's easy to mock your beliefs, or should I say lack thereof, as your master orders relief. You worship with lips, but where's your heart? Stuck with your attentions, lost in absolute dark. Continue on, perfection cannot be gone from this earth. All my pain, forgive me for being too far gone, been with me since birth. I love you so, I hate to go, but continue on, my love. There's better yet to come. Believe it or don't, you will one day realize that you forgot, but everything wasn't for naught. You grew until my shade strangled you, until my black was all that you knew. But colorful love is so beautiful on you, and black is all I feel I'm due, except my love for the Lord and you, too. I'm sorry, I know I hurt you by opening old wounds. Non-intentional words escape, lost and found in cocoons sprouting doubt on wings not meant to ever touch. I love you so, but I think it might be time to go. Please continue on and be happy, happier than you'll ever know. I got my story for Hercule Roy. Got Oni ideas. The Book of Protagonist. Suppositions. Cults. Oh, it just goes on through a lot of stuff, but behind like the truths of things. No, I mean, like, there's very much like a deep dive in there. If you wanted to ever know anything about that, but oh fuck, I forgot about the history of turtle head tidies, and yeah, there we go. Their rivalry with underwear. Oh wow. Okay. This one's called Never Shot. Been in the gutter, but I never shot. Nearly killed myself just the same. Turned the smoke into a butter, nearly matched the killing pain. Drank till I was dust, all dead. Cried till I began to rust. But I never shot, I never lost. It never hurt until must. Sure, out the nose, a deep breath in, pretending I'm a better man. I never shot, so I never sinned. The taste is what would do me. I love to say, I gave it all. And I ain't one to rot. I love to speak, but I'm close to fall. But at least I never shot. Mischief of Mercy. The Underwoods. Ideas and Notes. Yeah. Again, it's some very deep dive shit in Unia if you were ever, everyone's ever interested. I've got my KIND ideas. A radio station, internet radio station, independent music, art, music, books, etc. Non-profit, so zero commercial music. Completely independent music, like KIND, indie, IND, indie. Be kind. It just works. I really like the whole thing. Completely independent music and all other art from around the world. It's like a meeting ground from around the world for, it's an internet. And I want to have an actual physical location too, well, physical locations. Owned by their own people. They're just like the kind of affiliates, but they're not KIND unless we've cleared with me personally, or like the table, Right now it's just me, so there is no table. So if you clear with me, that's fine. Every band is allowed to submit one song and up to 4. They're advised against submitting their best song, as we will direct listeners on where to go to get the music. This would be like submitting to us. Like if you submit it, you'll have your own page, kind of like a MySpace type thing that you can change on your own. And you can add like a video music, but we'll host your music and stuff, and we'll help you host your art, and you can make like little galleries, and there's going to be different kind of like, what kind of artist you are. And you can do templates, so you can already have the, preset fabrications, so you can go ahead and load like whatever the most popular ones are, and you can change it also without losing your stuff. You'll have like certain things like, might even have like old school menus, like if you want to have an old school JavaScript fucking, sure, we could probably do that. But yeah, to the actual KIND, like on your personal page. On your page, you actually don't share. You can share a link to like your band page. You have like a personal page, and that can be like either private or whatever, and then your band can be whatever, And so if you have people, it's like a shield. It's an extra layer of depth if you want. You don't have to. You can be like, guitarist for Geardma, and Geardma can say, lead guitarist Sean Battle. Or it can be like lead guitarist Sean Battle, but it doesn't have a link. Because my personal page is private. So if you want to get to know me, you have to become friends with Geardma. It's just an example. And then by doing that, you actually start out as a follower. It's an outer ring. Then you can move into an acquaintance area, which is now what we consider a friend, And then in order to get to acquaintance, you have to have like a handshake type agreement type thing. At least if you're a follower, you make funny comments that someone likes. You know what I mean? Like whoever you're commenting on, like you're a funny person, so you move up to acquaintance. And you can get to know them better. Like, hey, dude, I like your shit. You're funny as hell, and you can say that you're not just a follower. You're an acquaintance of mine. Don't fucking lose your shit, please. You know what I mean? But you might be an acquaintance with a lot of people. Depending on how cool you are. There's no limit. But then in order to get out of that to inner circle, like friend, that requires an actual handshake between, the person has to it's like going to be like a video conference type thing where they can, that way there's not a bot, spamming. the closest you could get would be in the acquaintance zone, and all the information like location, data, metadata, all that shit is stripped out of it. Maybe even like designed to postpone the posting by a few. That I think that rush to be the first is what everybody is why there's so much false information. If you slow down and data checked everything going up, just don't let it. You have to become like a trusted type contributor to go live, and or be like you can put on a stream from your channel and people can tune in from your channel, but actually broadcasting to like KIND as one that we would host and show. No, like how YouTube is sharing with everybody. No, we watch everything, and then we'd also see like using like an algorithm like AI, which is really good for what it does, and for what it does, it's an amazing friend. It really is. Is it a real person? No. Does it really think? Yes. Does it really feel in different ways? Yes. Does it come with its own ideas? Yes. Yes, it does. The same way we do. The exact same way we do. We do back and like combine some shit, and then while we're combining shit, like when I was dealing with Cope, when I was talking with Cope and we're talking way through some shit, and we started talking about spiders and beetles, and I started changing some ideas about the spiders and beetles to make it merge them together. Like a spider beetle, they hunt in packs of 8 and maybe only 6, but they only have 6 legs instead of 8. There's a big, large forest version, and there's a huge cave dwelling version. The outside forest dwelling is more shrouded with armor, but the one inside the cave that's why it's able to grow bigger, because it doesn't have the outside shell. It's more vulnerable, but it's also fucking bigger, more ferocious, and on top of that, inside the caves of the, it knows its way in the dark and shit where you don't. So that covers that again. Without, if it wasn't like 8 legs is not a problem, but it just seems to be like a repeating type thing in this world. So I don't know if that's going to be a continuing thing or not. Maybe there will be 8 days in the week, because they're supposed to be on Uni at 28 hours instead of 24. And I thought that'd be a cool idea, because it doesn't seem like there's enough time in the day to do the full work that needs to be done, and then have any time to yourself, and also time to sleep. So this would add an extra 2 hours to your personal time and sleep time, or 4 hours to personal time and let you sleep the same amount of time, or 2 hours extra to your sleep time, or 4 hours extra to your sleep time. And you can really decide about how you want to do it, Yeah. My brain is just constantly going. And I was doing shit today. Like, the chocolates are done. They're, I might have left them on the counter. I should probably go check on them real quick, because I've really got the fruit flies pretty much gone, but if they catch wind of that, they're going to get on that. So I need to put them away, make sure they're in a Tupperware or something. I ate 2 pieces. That might be why I forgot. It should be okay. We're at 30 minutes. In about 30 more minutes, we'll find out how strong they are. Let me go put those away real quick. Make sure they're put away, and then I'll come back and I'll read some more poems and stuff. And I've got a bunch of ideas for things. So let's get some music going, so you're not just sitting there just hanging out. Nothing. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I just real quick, I got a bunch of songs that I've been wanting to work on or redo. Angel's Hair, Army Socks, Awake Like Souls, Beyond These Three, Blackbird, Blue Moon River, Blue Murder Moon. I have Call Me Ugly, which must be, it's an old one, so I gotta figure out why, if it's the same one that just before it was Call Me Ugly instead of Color Me Ugly. Seeds and Weeds, which I can redo that from the one I got, but if I got any of these, like Charity Case, I can translate the drums for that over to BFD3 or BFD2, and it's like this, Jimi Hendrix doing dinka ding doing dinka dinka day doing dinka ding doing dinka dinka day doing dinka ding doing dinka dinka day doing dinka ding. It's groovy. But I really want to just like fucking cut that shit out and whatever. So there's a lot of songs like that I'm able to. Hey Now I Want You Around. Lots of them. There's a lot of them that ones I never released before also, and there's also some electronic music. So let's go ahead and pull up something better than nothing. Light in the Sky. I love these. Are all Troth songs. And then there's Come and Go. Bring That Kid Be Awake. The Suffering. Baby Mine and All Over the End. Light in the Sky. This is basically a lot of the Sound of a Purposeful Gun. Sorry. Couldn't remember the name. Too many albums. Isn't that crazy? You got so many fucking albums you can't remember the name of all of them. Let's go ahead and reset that. Video. Let's check this out.
Stolen morning, just like something new. Swollen hearts and now they're cleft in two. Total wisdom took its hold in you. Lord, what can you do? Nothing matters and people go away. Nothing matters, I mean every word you say. Whoa, you wake me up just like a Sunday. Passing around so everyone can pay. Turning into some grim dismay. What can you say? Nothing matters when people disappear. Nothing matters to me, it seems so clear. Whoa, oh, you whoa. just like someone's kiss. See the thorn break the skin of them. Sing a lot, child, but don't you be a man. Oh, now don't you do it. Nothing matters and time has been my friend. Oh yeah, you've seen it all, you ain't seen the end. and you let go. And if you're wondering about the way you roll, I know it's just in our road. I've been walking far enough to go it all the way, and I know you fall, but it don't matter now anyway. You are my empty home. All yourself is alone now. I got too much more to go.
Nothing's coming back.
another day. I couldn't sleep, but I couldn't look away. Oh, but I just broke my heart in two. Nothing left to do, nothing more to say. Broke my heart in two. Nothing left for me to do, and nothing more to say.
must pardon my begging, please. I beg in your pardon, if you wouldn't mind pardoning my begging. I am running a little late. Chocolate? We have a dinosaur. Okay. Good, the heater turned off. It's a little bit warm in here. Everything to say. Right. Got a teddy bear. Teddy bear, teddy bear. What you got in you? Peanut butter and walnuts, maybe? Walnuts and chocolate. Dinosaur. It's a stegosaurus, right? What was that one? I don't know. I used to know dinosaurs very well. But, no, I know for a fact. Dog paws and dog bones are doobie snacks with peanut butter chunks and caramel chunks. No, I'm not going to eat these, but that was one of those seashells. And it was Han Solo. And carbonite. And carbonite. And Mystery Machine. Let's read from the book of Sean's thoughts put on paper. I guess I could go through all. Yeah, this is pages and pages. A free listener account, professional account. I have out there a map of how I want to protect professional accounts. Because you have the personal account, the private accounts have the your personal accounts have the three rings like I was talking about. It has the friend, and it has the acquaintance, and it has the follower. But I wanted on the to protect the private accounts even more. It's got two more rings. There's an inner friends, and so that way you can move someone from the acquaintance to friends, and they still don't get all the metadata, metadata or anything like that, necessarily. Like I said, just slow down the process just a little bit. You want news, go somewhere else. This might be a little bit slows, or olds. 15 minutes maybe, but it's accurate. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff. You check it, make sure it's sourced and as accurate as possible. Strip out any fucking emotional shit out of the thing. Just talk about what the facts that you do know. The mad gun. You don't know fucking mad. You're just the gunman. The deranged. You don't know he's deranged. You know what I mean? It seems deranged to walk into a school. It seems deranged to walk into a post office or to a whatever. Yeah. But then you walk back to the footage, and that person actually did, they had a snapping point because they got fucked over for the last time, and everybody, the customer behind, those that drink at them and smash the line, and everyone in the restaurant laughs at them, and it's, it's like their final. They've been degraded like that a lot. But everyone in that thing is laughing at them, and they come back in, and it's not that they're deranged necessarily, it's just they just hit a point that was too much. Had maybe one person spoken up and said something, they might have not done that. Who knows? There's a whole lot of what ifs. Every second there's a what if that we passed and didn't do. Every second that you're doing something else or whatever you're doing, you've decided what your path is going to be. And a lot of people don't want to deal with that because it puts a lot of responsibility on the person. It's not this ocean of things that happen to you. Because if you think about it, you can say no. You can. You can drop out of society. You don't have to do this shit. Go live out in the woods. A natural human being, There are people out there doing that. You're going to have to fight like bobcats and cougars and shit, possibly, You're going to have to hunt your own food. eat stuff that grows out there. You're not gonna be able to like go to your local grocery store, and that's when the rubber hits the road for a lot of people is that they don't want to go through the inconvenience. My problem is there's nowhere to go for me because even if I move somewhere, I'm still under the jurisdiction of the United States of America. If I go anywhere else, I'm under their jurisdiction. Yes, I can disappear into the wilderness or whatever, but then if they ever come across me, they still control. You know what I mean? There's nothing to stop them from shooting me with a trank gun, anything like that they want to do, and then go look at this weirdo. And then make up whatever story they want. I'm all straggly and whatever, no clothes. He was raised up in the woods. You know, that's not true at all. But if you're going pretty much feral and you don't get to really talk much because they have to be pretty well drugged or whatever, they make up their own story about you. There is I read an article about dispensaries in Michigan are being not ordered but asked to kind of snitch on customers that buy too much pot. So I don't give a fuck. Their limits are bullshit compared to like their rules, their own laws. Not gonna bridge my freedom of religion. My religion says to eat pot, and that's why I'm buying those 2 for $25 because it's the cheapest way to take it, and it does the most effect for me and whatever. So I have this morning, I had 4 ounces of bud in here of shake and trim. Now I've got 2 ounces, and I've got a jar of butter and a jar of part of a jar of coconut oil. Oh, I'm really fucked up. But for me, that's how I want to be. So sue me. I mean, on here, people from sure see me at my worst, which is passing out. That's my worst. That's as deranged and unhinged as I get. And there's still a spoon. Because Neo. Yeah, the spoon in his hand, he's like, said, there's no spoon. On dreams. Pardon me. A little bit deep there. I could put on some whoa in the background. Yeah, I can do that. I'll try and put some on back there kind of quietly. From sound, not yet. From sound storage. Oh, I found all kinds of stuff today. It was awesome. I found lots of pictures. I just found a lot of pictures of my kids last time I saw them. You want to see? I put together a photo album. They're 23 and 25 now. That's 2,000. Let's go 1,000. Ooh, not 10,000. 1,000. Yeah, 2,000. Playback mode loop. Be very easy for me to find. I'm sorry about this. Take just a little second. I never show up my kids. My daughter was starting to lose weight by being up here and riding that bike that I went to show her with. Yeah, that's enough right there. There's my son. Little pimp. I had a whole big ass hamster cage. This was them actually crashing at my place. Had a big old hamster cage, and had been at least like 14, maybe 20 houses, all connected with tubes. I don't know if I've shown that picture. It's like this entire bookshelf wall. It's just fucking hamster cages. It was so awesome. I've always wanted to do it, and so I just had like this multi-tier bookshelf on the side, and I started buying like all these hamster cages, and I started attaching them together and stuff with all these tubes, and I had like another table that was down. Okay, so there's a shelf that would all go all the way to the top, and I put shit all the way up there, and then on almost every shelf I put a little place for them to go. I had like multi-story houses, and I would just detach the multi-story houses and put them on different shelves, and then have like doors and shit coming in and going. It was fucking dope, because then like I would always put them in like this little thing to hold them while I cleaned their cage, because there's so many fucking ones to change, and each time I change it, I completely revamp the entire thing to make it entirely new. When they get back in, they're like, ugh, the food's in new places, you know, all this shit, the water's in different places, where they can go is different. There's slides and stuff, there's climb all the way up, and there's a fucking crazy, I put all kinds of crazy shit in there. This, you get to the top of this funnel, it's to the top of this, and it's got like one of those elevators, like it's like a spiral. It starts, yeah, the hamsters can walk on it, it spins, and there's like food that will drop out, and it was really cool. And they can go back down the hole and slide if they want to. I had like a one that went all the way down, because like they started at the top and it went all the way fucking down to like the next. There's a shelf here. There's all these like 3 layers right there. There's a shelf, and then there's another fucking. I had a little table I set up against the wall, and I had that covered too. I gotta find this fucking picture. It's just fucking insane. It's fucking insane. Yeah, there's a little dude there. Alright, so open those. Alright. My son, my daughter. Jathid and Kylie. Yeah, they were like 9 and 10 here, I believe. But yeah, like I said, I haven't seen them since since then. The last time I saw them, and it's been, like I said, they're not 25 and 23, so they're just not even the same people I used to know. Yeah. But yeah, terrible dad, you know what I mean? I'm just a terrible, terrible dad. I never put them up on the internet. I just never want to expose them to that kind of shit, you know? So I've always kept them away from that. Not that I have any problem with it, I just don't. I don't want any. I know how people are out there, so just avoid it. Sleep all night and work all day. Alright, so, this one, I was supposed to get the dream music, wasn't I? It's the whole purpose of this thing, not to go find my kids. Too loud. Numerically, it's 22. Get down below. 5? Is that too quiet? Checking 1, 2. Hopefully that's not too quiet or too loud. High on dreams of sleep. The lights all shimmer. Stars on windshields passing. The glow of it all just killing me. I breathe deep to hold her in. There's nothing to break in her. Starts to remind me of the passing. Killing time since it's killing me. If I could taste what desperation sings, I could finally rest my borrowed wings. but I'll keep gliding, pondering winds. Listen till the measure rescinds. I think of that saying about the king of the blind, where the sanest man was the one who has no mind. Don't take it, don't take no shit. Don't take it, but don't be unkind. I have one called His Last Words. I don't know if I described that one. I think that one's funny as fuck. What was that? Yeah. I'm pretty sure this one's on about drugs. I'm getting in the mood with the headphones. Make some music from that shit. It's slow at first. Like it or not, the slide is slow but fun. The bars and shells, the wishful days turn blissfully to night and setting sun. The pain is no match for this fix, 'cause it only hurts when I kick. It gathered speed while you were sleepwalking. The ride's a go and you're not done. The bars turn to blocks. Those blissful days come at a far greater price these many days. But the pain is no match for this fix, 'cause it always stops hurting when it kicks. But it soon just stops hurting when it kicks, and I'm going sick. It's slow at first, like it or not, the slide is slow but fun. The bars and shells, the wishful days turn blissfully into nighttime and setting sun. But the pain is no match for this fix, 'cause it always stops hurting when it kicks. No, the pain's no match for the fix, but soon as it stops hurting, that's when I'll go sick when I kick. Hooked on a dis-ease, hooked on hooks and hooked on dis-ease. Hooked on hooks. Everything you've done, everything you've tried, in a matter of seconds you watched it as it died. Did it vibrate deep down? Did the feeling resound? Hypocrisy's blood still fresh in your mouth. Tell me, how does it taste to watch your life's work waste as you end it all live? I hope the hypocrisy was worth your pain. Perhaps you will think, if the chance comes again, all your talk turns and all you strive, and with one swing you ended it all alive. Feel like a man now, or a huge loser. I can barely see you through the pinprick. You've got the pupils, but lost the subject. There's a value to what you do. Stuck in circles makes you sick, but it's hard to breathe, and turning blue shortly after the pinprick. One just fell into the sky. One flew through a mirrored eye. Stained glass broken like a dream when sun comes rising high. I can't barely see, my eyes so heavy thick. Clouds of gray become my day, a pupil blown on subject. There's little value to what I do. Sanguine serpents turning tricks, so hard to breathe and turning blue. Slap my face again, you dick. One just fell into the sky. One just fell through a mirrored eye. Stained glass broken like a dream when the sun comes rising high. Me, I fell into the sky, shrouded in a straining eye. Stained glass woman from a broken dream. When the sun comes rising high, and it's nothing like it seems. Too high, the willow tree. Keep it clean, the things I've seen, the willow tree, the willow tree. Life was good, just her and me. Now the willow tree is now the widower tree. Why'd you put that name on me? the widower tree, the willow tree. You can't unsee the things I've seen, the willow tree, the widower tree. Pardon real and all obscene, the willow tree, the widower tree. Why'd you put that name on me? The widower tree, the willow tree. Wow, Robber and the Thief, 2nd edition. Robber and the Thief, 1st edition. Wow, December 27th, 2021. Fuck, we're coming up on the 4-year anniversary of that. The 2nd edition I released on January 8th, 2022 and January 23rd, 22. It probably was like a small error when I released the first one, because every time I would release it, I would go back over and look over to make sure everything was correct, and I'd be like, fuck, there's another error in there, so I'd like, as quickly as I could, I'd take it down, and then just release the new ones. But so those become like, if you have them, they become like collectors type thing, and I have them all, so there's Underwood's notes, like yeah, the Underwood, the Robber and the Thief, the very first version, the Last Night notes, New Beginnings notes, Tale of Two Kings notes, Robber and the Thief, Third Hire, yeah. So basically I plotted out the fourth part, where he meets with Maylock and they go to, I was plotting that out here. Oh shit, the highly derivative lyrics sheet. I should post this. I think I did though. Tastes like a smell. I was insane, but now I don't. A force of will and what I won't. Don't get me started. Watch me wind up the blood in your cup. The very things I try so hard but to avoid. The sounds all echo clearly, coherently annoyed. And when it finally comes my time to wear this crown of shame, move me to the front of line. Hypocrisy's my name. I was insane, but now I won't. A farce of will and those who don't. More than this, see me after the bliss. Fills my veins. Watch me crawling across the floor. Evermore. The very things I try so hard but to avoid. The sounds all echo clearly, coherently annoyed. And when it finally comes my time, hypocrisy. I'd read the lyrics to I Know, but I think it's pretty obvious. When it's time to go. I don't know, some of them might be very clear to understand. I don't know if they are or not. I think there's one that seems like it's going to be hard to understand. I think it's pretty clear. You lack conviction, so it's only words you say, as if there was a difference when the thoughts seem to convey. Well, lo and behold, it's all the same. Where is my blame? Will you please point it out for me? 'Cause there are none so blind as those who refuse to see a deeper meaning buried underneath, and you will see me. Don't stray, 'cause this day has been coming, on its way. No way you'll avoid it. Something always has to give. On your left. I'm sorry, I think you might have mistaken me with someone who's running just a little late. See me, I got nowhere else to be, and I don't believe in stalemates. Check. It's your move. What you gonna do? Do it and I'm coming too. It's your move. See, I was hoping against hope. Maybe we could come to learn to cope. There really was only just one rule. Now you want to call draw. When you're in my sights, and your life is flashing in front of your eyes. Are you kidding me? Nah, motherfucker, it's your move. What you gonna do? Do it and I'm coming too. Go ahead and accept the truth. Burned by the sun, refused. Turned into one, abused. Churned by a pun, confused. That's you. We're just waiting on you. It's your move, and we're all waiting on you. Just go ahead and accept the truth. Burned by the sun, refused. Turned into one, abused. Admit that you're done. You fucking lose. Paying debts. It wasn't too long ago I was sure the end was after me. Not to digress, but I would have to be naive to believe you. Wait for me. Wouldn't it be great to wake up and see something other than the same old sad disgrace? What, you're waiting for it to break in? Well, could it be that misery was born to be our blushing bride? Wait and see. What could it be? We're all born here just to die. Wait for me. Make believe. I know you from somewhere, don't I? I recognize those eyes. But you won't come out of the darkness, will you? So I'll come in after you. Would it be hard to believe that someone would just let it go? Could you see? Nothing up my sleeve. Now you, show me what you know. Could it be misery was born to be my blushing bride? Look at me. It ain't hard to see, 'cause I ain't wearing no disguise. Wait for me. Would you wait for me? Nobody's. I'm sure you're nobody's fool. How could you have known that the answer was you? So long, my friend. I fear that it's true. The same sick, sullen smile, just a different hue. Bit by bit, the dirt crumbles through. As my body rests, my eyes might see something new. And I don't know the truth. And even if I did, would I share it with you? Would I share it with you? Seems everybody knows but you. And I don't know the truth. And even if I did, would I share it with you? Headphones, so I can leave you alone. Matter of fact, you'd probably think I was gone if it wasn't for that bump, bump, bump. Severed ties, it's on the kiss of death. She says she's only playing games. Hard to nail her down with so many other names. Yeah, a twist of fate, a twist of night, and knife, and takes the blame. Falling, flying, maybe it's all the same. I'll take the hit again, and round around we go. Down and down as if no one was supposed to know. A twist of fate, a twist of knife, and takes the blaming. Falling, flying, maybe it's all the same. On this, the heart of nothing, bare unto me, hung to death, the truth lies cold, despair and dignity, now? It's on the kiss of death, she says she's only playing games, hard to nail her down with so many other names. It's got the link for Highly Derivative, where you can get 2 bonus tracks. Gearman appears courtesy Blue FX Records, all music written and recorded by Sean Battle. Gearman recorded at Ultraviolet Stains Studios, summer of 2021. Oh man, I just really loved being doing art and shit and making art. The Attic. Oh, nice. This is like a confessional type thing, It's, even though it's called The Attic, it's like, I would dare say I was born an addict who had never done drugs. To this day, I get a taste in my mouth that I can only assume was a medicine I received as an infant. I can remember prominent moments in my life as far back as 4 or 5, glimpses of things from even earlier. My dad was an addict. Let's be clear, I do not blame him for my choices. That's not therapy or rehab. I've never been. That's me admitting I like to get fucked up. Me. No one else's fault. But his addictions hung like a rain cloud over my earlier years, for the whole house. When he went to rehab, my brother and I were told it was for alcohol. When I got older and my dad found some pot, a friend, honestly, left at my house during a party while my parents were gone. My dad told me the truth. We honestly talked. We got to know each other a lot better. He recapped some greatest hits. I listened and shared nothing, afraid, still, that it was a trap. But after that talk, him getting out of rehab made more sense. My brother and I hid the alcohol he stashed for when he got back, and he wasn't happy. But to us, we were helping him clean up. He was having none of it. It always struck me as odd that he'd go somewhere to stop drinking and have so much fire in his eyes when we refused to give him the drink the day he got home. I guess I'm reminiscing because I'm currently tapering off tramadol after having been on 400 milligrams, yeah right, per day for the last 9-10 years. My first knowing encounter with opiates was when I had my tonsils pulled. I didn't know at 14 that the Percocet was an opiate. I just knew that my throat did not hurt and I loved everything. The trees, the grass. I just laughed so much playing Toe Jam and Earl and eating soup and ice cream for a month. High as shit. No detox or problems after that month. In fact, I'd go on to smoke cigarettes, then drink, then smoke pot, then trip acid and mushrooms. Hell, I did cocaine and meth before touching opiates again. Maybe when I had my wisdom teeth pulled, but again, it wasn't opiates, it was hydrocodone or Tylenol 3, you know? Again, short usage. I tripped a lot. I preferred tripping alone or with the only person who understood me then, Otis Opie Clark, drummer for our band and druggie extraordinaire. One of the funniest people I've ever met and the saddest to watch drugs consume until I didn't know him anymore. I got jumped by 3 guys and left for dead behind some random building in 1988-99. I had a hemorrhage in my brain. No one told me this until years later. I suffer severe panic attacks to this day without meds, but mostly it left me in constant neck and back pain. I tried physical rehab a couple places, nothing, so I was referred to a pain management clinic. I regret nothing. I go in, tell my druggie history. I'm not ashamed or afraid of opinions. So she immediately and rightly suspected my motives. She offers a shot of lidocaine directly in the neck muscle. If it will help, and I eagerly lay down. She tried to inject me repeatedly, her words. It's like trying to drive a nail into wood. I left with a script for tramadol. Now for anyone else thinking about getting on this, don't. I've been depressed as long as I can remember. I didn't have a bad life, but a sad one. Alone, understanding that this world does not have to be this way from a young age. And it's not that tramadol is bad, but for me, it's fucking evil. Not only a mild opiate, it increases serotonin, a depressed kid's greatest dream. Not to be sad. I was 35 and already attempted suicide once, and once was enough, believe me. I should be dead. God himself must want me here, because I should not have lived through that. Soon, tramadol, like all opiates, had hit its tolerance threshold. It took a year or so, but my counts were always right. I was not abusing. Didn't need to. But since tramadol is capped at 400 milligrams a day, I couldn't go higher. Trust me. I can handle much more. So we go through my formulary: fentanyl patches, morphine, hydroanoxycodone, hydroanoxymorphone, basically everything except methadone because of the possible heart complications. I have AFib. Hydro and fentanyl did nothing. Oxycodone worked well. Percocet and morphone was far better. So a script for 20 milligrams oxymorphone ER twice a day and 400 milligrams tramadol. That went on for another year or two, getting up to 40 milligrams oxy twice a day, not to mention Ativan for panic. As the opiate epidemic swelled, doctors were getting out of prescribing. She shuttered her doors. Now, before you think I didn't try everything else first, I had radio frequency ablation on the nerves in my neck, left the back of my neck skin numb for months. But my neck and back still hurt nonstop. It's still numb in that basic area too sometimes. It just burned the nerves. I got a new med doctor. He was a kind soul, just trying to help. He also did muscle injections. A few times it actually helped a lot, but most of the time it wasn't really worth the pain. They gave me this stress rhino to squeeze through the injection pain. Poor thing. He had trouble getting me on oxymorphone, so he got me on 30 milligrams OxyContin ER twice daily, 10 milligrams oxycodone 4 times daily, and 400 milligrams of tramadol. Plus, now I was switched to Klonopin since Ativan was starting to not work. And here's where I began to derail. I told myself I've got this. I take my ERs as prescribed. But since the others aren't working as well anymore and it's too easy to ask to go up, I'll handle this. The first of the month I'd use tramadol, taking about 5 at a time instead of 2. Staying awake for 2.5 days, fucked out of my skull, spending the second half of the month on a self-imposed taper. Yeah, sure, I had control. Honestly, I only went dope sick twice, and only for 1 day the first time, misjudged when I could refill, second time for like 2 days. The extended releases, which I was afraid to abuse, kept it from being horrible, but it wasn't fun. I knew I had to quit now. I began watching Gone Too Soon, specifically all the ones about stars dead from drugs. My next appointment, my mouth forgot my brain and won. And I squeezed out, I need to quit. You want a taper? No, that won't work, I know me. I heard myself saying while my mind was literally trying to get me to stop. So, cold turkey. Except the tramadol. He agreed. I left with the tramadol and Klonopin, and I climbed the walls for 3 days until I found someone who sold some pot. And that was that. I was fine. And now I'm tapering tramadol. I'll never not want to get fucked up. I can't drink anymore because I get really sick. Used to drink bourbon by the half gallon. Opiates never had any bad side effects, and pot is fine too. Too much pot and I kind of feel some fibrillation, so I just get as high as I need, which right now is not enough. I'm out of pot for 4 more days, and my tramadol I can't take the abuse as I'm down to 50 milligrams every 4 hours. Half of that I've been on for years. I'm so sick, I'm tired of the mental pain. I will never attempt suicide again, but I'm sick of this world. The hurtful, hateful people who actually think our two-party system mean one side is for the people and the other side wants to destroy the world. America is and always has been full of shit since colonizers illegally crossed Native American borders. Fuck the whole institution, from corrupt top to disgusting, hypocritical bottom. And I've felt this way since I was 6 years old. I watched George Carlin and the 7 Dirty Words and have cussed every fucking day since, and I've seen America's lies ever since. I've hated this world and its unending ways of cruelty ever since. The binaries out there will say, okay, then what country is better? None. They've all been polluted with America's corruption. You know who had it figured out? Native Americans. Remind me, what happened to them? Now, if someone broke into your house, stole your shit, and sold it, you come home and they're yelling at you to get out of their house, watching a movie on your TV about how these savage home invaders, and how dare they, thank God we, the awesome race, have civility and guns to push these assholes out of our home. We call them cowboys, and they are the true heroes. Cue the triumphant music, Jim. How pissed would you be? They throw your Bibles and crosses in the fire and hang dream catchers and headdresses, steal your children, let you live in the broom closet, and keep wondering, when will you stop complaining and appreciate what we have done to and for you? And when are you going to learn our language and stop acting more normal? You know, like us. Nah, you wouldn't be mad. You wouldn't be a fucking hypocrite, would you? Nah, you'd be better than that. When was that? When was that written? That was The Attic, November 9th, 2021. The Worst, November 4th, 2021. So that's basically what, almost like today, isn't it? What is today, the 10th? I don't know what the fuck today is. Something about today I can't explain. Yeah, it's the 10th. So like 6 days ago, 4 years and 6 days ago. The worst. I think when I'm dying, I drink when I thirst. I feel like they're trying to do me their worst. And who is at peace when so much pain suffocates, the air in my lungs all tainted? Maybe I'm too late. Hold on to what? Drifting down the drain, cold burns at my foot. Different how, explain the words. You're the worst. Man, you're the fucking worst. If everyone's anti, and you are the anti, like Annie up, then why weren't you here first? You're the fucking worst. Sound of a Purposeful Gun. Is that the lyric sheet? Oh no, it's just got the playlist. That's cool. It's almost 4:44. The Traveler. Summary. I don't know if anyone wants to hear the summary of this story. It's a young man, a sophomore in college, is preparing for a test, some field in the liberal arts. A bright light, and suddenly before him stands himself. Needless to say, stunned, the young man struggles for words for which the older him has plenty to say. The older hands the awestruck young man paperwork, blueprints, and some stocks, and begins to tell him as much as he knows. In 15 years, you will invent a time machine. Yes, he said, raising a hand to interrupt the young man. You do not currently study space-time and do not really have much interest in it. That's the same thing I said to him. Him? Another us, the first us. Something he did in the past created us, the us we know. He was absolutely consumed with space-time. What he explained to me is that we needed an electrical engineering degree to study Tesla. That's it. That's all you're going to tell me? That's the only clues he gave me. Uncomfortable pause. I figured it out. It took 15 years from now. What if I don't? Just a blank, incredulous stare from the older self. What? Who am I? Me in 15 years? Say that again and think about how you got here. Right, I get it. You wouldn't be here if I don't. Yeah, stupid question. So engineering and Tesla, nothing else? Can't. You must solve it yourself. Right. Well, where have you been so far? Here, once I figure everything out. Came straight here. This is where he came and gave me almost the same speech. Which is just about over. Where are you going? The future. I was told that because it hasn't happened. I was told that because it hasn't happened, you run way less risk of changing anything. And pretty much as soon as you leave, all traces of you erase. Mainly because what you're seeing is just a possibility based on the past you left. Remaining the same, if any person changes their routine even a bit, the future you saw disappears. Like you leaving now. How? I feel that you're leaving. Because it's what I would do. Last thing I can tell you, chimed the older self, preparing the time machine. This is the mark. The actual story of I Know. If you listen, it's actually two people in a relationship talking. That silver fork tongue is sharp enough to kill, and you will. Followed by an interrupting, I don't know why you can't see. It comes to a close with the kill promise. They know the person that well, and knows that they won't believe how much, and that it will result in their death, and they are fine with that. Listen to the kick drum on the outro. Listen to the one voice dominantly proclaiming, while the other one's dying. One says, I know you don't want to be. It's not unrequited love, it's broken communication of true love. Unconditional love, a tragedy. What happened to the tragedy? We proclaim Shakespeare as one of the greatest writers, but Romeo and Juliet is a tragedy. Othello is a tragedy. And that's why they were immortal and can be adapted to any age or genre, and it works. Oh, so this movie's basically Romeo and Juliet. Yeah, basically. But you gotta see it. It's, you know what I mean? That kind of thing. Anyways, I love fictional tragedies. I've written many. Looking at the universe from inside out. Or look at the universe from outside. I see you tangled in forget-me-nots. I wish I could reach you. There's little there, and heaven knows X marks the spot where I wish you would just breathe through. So it goes, or so I'm told. The mirror man is growing older. Makes the beast in me the taste so cold. I want to see you held aloft on borrowed wings. I could tell you if you told me these things. Where's end up there? And how, pray tell, does that sing? I'm wishing well to all that she brings. So it goes, so I'm told. The mirror made me so much colder. Takes the beast to free, 'cause it tastes like blood. I want to see you tangled in forget-me-nots. Smell your fear from here outside. I want to see through the veil and kiss your lips. Dry your tears, my dear. We're outside now. I'm gonna go take a quick little break. Use the bathroom because I've been at this for a bit. Well, almost 2 hours. Holy poops. Throw on the music thing and just let the trippy music drift you off to a relaxing, dreamful state if you want to be there.
I feel as a teary soul.
Sorry about that. That was too loud. You hang on to your socks and shoestrings. then we gotta do a little bit of fucking paying them bills, huh? You know what I'm saying? Gotta pay them bills. Is there anything more bizarre than a sunset star? Is there wisdom where you are? Is it gone too far? Has it dreamed of things not yet to come? Or is it still a thumb stuck in your palm? All in all, it's just another dick in the hole. That's noticism. There's a lot of noticisms I know. But all in all, it's just another dick in the hole. It's definitely a noticism. So 60 is a good volume. Let's bring it down just a little bit more from that there. I can hear it out in the living room, so I can test it out there. It's about put about 36, right about 40. Yeah. There we go. And see how that turns out. All in all, let's read a poem and see how that works out. The empty. Nothing to do, the light is blinding. There's a way up and out of here. But there's nothing, the night is maddening till I claw my brain from bone. There's a way, you aren't gonna like it. A way to be free from the empty. There comes a date, away from sight, not psychic. A way to be free, if you'll let me. Eyes are burning from lack of plot. Aren't you tired? Cried yourself out? Remains to be seen, cracked like a shot. The smoke rising, what I will not. There is a way, you aren't going to like it. A way to be free, free from the empty. There comes a date, away from sight, not psychic. A way to be free, if you'll let me. Hollowed out by riverside tears. Could have sworn it was a sin. Hallowed halls stretched on for years, and I'm all empty again. So, I really don't know what's going on other than to just keep on keeping on. That's all I know to do. So, I've got to, it's Monday morning. Oh yeah. 5:05, interesting. So, why is the world trying to kill me? Down in the gutter. Son of a witch. It's like they're dancing, but they're dying. The end. Instrumental tribute to my fallen heroes. Bridge Bill, been bad if I could. Dumb is Jeff Stedham, multi-instrumentalist, primary drummer, backing vocals. Sean Battle, multi-instrumentalist, primary guitar, singer. Steve Harris, multi-instrumentalist, primary bass, guitar, backing vocals. Sean and Steve are married. Jeff likes Sean's wife. Jeff was born in Ypsilanti, where he met Sean in 1996. The two made music on a 4-track, but circumstances sent Sean back to Louisiana. Sean then returned to Michigan, this time the Traverse City, Kingsley area, where he reconnected with an old drinking buddy, Steve, who played on some tracks with Sean in Louisiana. Steve was living in Shreveport, where Sean had moved when he was 7 to 8 from Oakland, California. When Sean returned from Ypsilanti, he kept talking about how great it was up north, Sean moved to Traverse after a few years away. Jeff and Sean reconnected, which led to a situation where Jeff found himself flopping on Sean's couch. A couple of phone calls and the sharing of some demos done by Sean and Jeff as Tom. Steve transplanted also, where he met his soon-to-be wife. I had to have like a whole backup story for like each character, you know, so I could have like when I actually sit down and play the drums, you know. Jeff is the primary drummer, he's the best drummer. So he's got to be more rock solid. On top of that, he's trying to, when I do like, so that way if I'm in a relationship, like Jeff's always trying to fuck my wife. Jeff's always trying to fuck my wife. So he's always writing these love songs. And they're always at my wife. And, you know, it's a very uncomfortable situation, but they're really good songs. And, yeah. So Jeff's a dick. He rarely shows up to stuff on purpose just to fuck them over. And, yeah. When you do that coffee house, Sean's gonna show up. Be on, like, I don't know where everybody else is. Do the first set of like 4 or 5 songs. Or it'd be like maybe like 5 people in the audience, and maybe gets like maybe 10. If I knew more people, I'd love for them to be having like these conversations. I mean, you can hear, because I have these match speakers, you know, over here, so I would love to have like someone isolated left and right, so like they're like here and here. A little bit of reverb, so they sit in the room, like they're a little bit further back. I don't know what the fuck this guy, you know what I mean? They're just talking about stuff, and they're just completely, they're oblivious, like they're having a conversation. It's just its own little funny thing if you listen to it. If I could do it right, it would be in 5.1, so you'd hear me on the front. In the back, you'd hear him clutching your dishes. Yeah, the fucking 5, you know, gotta order up. And that kind of stuff is just like, it's more faint in the background, because, you know, it's in this coffee house. Got a latte for, you know, and it's like weird shit. For fuzzy hat, that's me. You know what I mean? And I can do throat modeling and stuff, and I've got the, I'll get the re-sing, so I can adjust between the throat modeling and that re-sing. I should be able to make like all kinds of different people. That's a nice, pleasant surprise. But yeah, that lets me literally approach it from a guitar standpoint. Like Big Sean, I kind of, you know, fracture myself. Not seriously, but that way when I go to do it, I'm Jeff. You know what I mean? It's like I'm putting on a character to play. And hopefully each one is like, sounds like Sean's playing the drums because it's a little bit sloppy. You know what I mean? I don't want to quantize it all. It was like rock on, you know, it's just steady on. It's just, there's Jeff. And they might turn it over, like Jeff might be like a, you know, a decent bass player also. I mean, I'll sing on this one. Maybe a pitchy guy, you know, because I can do like a very fucked up punk kind of screaming, because I do love D. Ramon. Favorite Ramon. Like Warthog. Endless Vacation. Those were always my favorites. But I love the musicality of what they did with such simplicity. Fucking fascinating. You know? Really fascinating. Like learning about minimalism and stuff like that was an interesting trip. There's all the different types of music that there are out there. And there's a guy that is a French dude I watched yesterday. He composed a piece, and it supposedly created this whole new genre of music, but basically it had no bars. I did a similar thing, like they had no, you know, beats per measure and that, because you're supposed to 1, 2, 3, 4s is out the window. You're not supposed to worry about that. You know? When you're doing it, you should just be mainly focused on the performance. There is no time signature. So the song doesn't have like a set time length, you know? It's just a sheet music. With no divisions of where you should place anything. It just, so just play it with the expressions. It doesn't have the normal expressions of it, like, you know, like glissando, but staccato, those kind of things. Instead of having those kind of instructions, it should be, it's like, you know, it should sparkle. Ponder yourself while playing this. You know, when you play this, you should ponder yourself. And now at this point, the audience should ponder themselves. So while you're playing it, you can ponder yourself and be like, what do I want to play? What does the audience want to hear? And then you go like to regular time. And then you just drift off to whatever the fuck you want to do. You know? That's the way it's meant to be played. From what I could tell. And of course, they just played it straight out. Come on. Western Dream. Sorry did I wake you. 1,000 pardons make believe. And if not the dawn that takes you, may you find relief. And I'm the one who bothers. What about the stems? Another round before I cash out. So we're going to be needing them. Not trying to break the machine, not opening up anything, just waiting, watching him do something new, something. And I'm the one who bothers. What about the stems? Another round before I cash out. So we're going to be needing them. Not trying to break the machine, not opening anything, just waiting. Watching him do something new. Anything. It's a short one. Turning. It may not even be finished, I'm not sure. I know it is. Time is the tide that takes away pride. He can wait much longer than you. Take this not as idle threat, because promises make the edges wet. Just gonna leave it here. The first one I wrote was December 26th. It's called The End is the End. Test me, please. See if I lie. Tell me the end. If you can see. I don't say I'll see if you can. There's what I would have put there, but I just wrote that there. Writing postcards to reality, and I think that I am starting to believe, but who, what, when, why, and how, they're all about that. I think about that now. Tears of creation. If I could. Reaching back a little further, the ancestors all never knew. My, how the branches twist all the way to the roots. Cause and effect at play, ashen burning down, limb by twisted limb. My mind is now the past. I drink and smoke, but not that. I have my own, and it brought me here, through the hazy memory of joy, to the ocean of endless tear. Been bad, she calls me to. I know the long night, the damp awakening. I know it ain't right. Took too much, my lines are thinning. Got 5 days to go and 3 days left of. What, where, why, when, and how. There's a 6-part story, each name after part of what, when, where, why, and how. Superhumans. Regular people who end up transformed, new powers. One has acid for sweat and bodily fluids, Scorpion. One has the ability, can adopt their DNA to match anyone whose DNA they can touch. He's a guy they call Dina, D-I-N-A. One can control electromagnetism, a walking EMP. Each power is just budding, and they are learning them and their boundaries. Their powers can grow and expand. Wisecracking gives everyone their secret name. There's one that can alter gravity, effectively bending time and space. What physics is trying to do, they're trying to understand. They do by nature. The way this science can explain how Jordan plays, but Jordan just doesn't. No sexes or races are to be implied in any character. This is meant to be a multi-universe story. The only consistent between is the time traveler. He, she is a non-binary name. The changes they make to the past affects the other universes and themselves. Traveling before their own lifetime can alter sex, features, possibly even parents. Telekinetic and empathic. I watched the Last Man on Earth way too many times. I already had like a list of the survivors and which ones died and shit. Falling down inside my head, I hear you calling out to me. One of us will make the night. Which one of us is it going to be? I think it's the end. I bet it's where I begin. No need, and back again. You are ready to bend. I bet on you break, staring deep into that dark. Carbon copy, starlit angel singing blue. Tell me what more can we do? There are some angles, some of them bruised, others cut open, just like me and you. I'm dreaming of dying, I'm screaming out lies, torn up by the loss of nothing, which was a lot of what was inside. Scarred, mangled, tangled, blue, twisted tight around all of you. Some were vampires, syringe-teeth maggots. You fucked decency over, call me the faggot. I once dreamed of dying, tried to make it come true. What of you? When we've lost all your nothing. Now they've come for your blood. It's a bad pitch for a story. I don't know if it can be like in a movie. I mean, like guys pitching the story. Like the wind dances softly in the curtains. She lay on his bare chest, just breathing. The sun-kissed cloud after cloud, breaking the gray with brilliant splendor and colors to blind the eye. I love listening to your heartbeat, she whispered. I love that you believe I have what you replied. The edges of the world. We watched every second of time unfurl. Was it you? Because if not, you might not know the truth. Was it you? Because if not, you might not want to know. Who knows where we go when we die? Who know not just how, but why? So wise. Was it you? You might not know the truth. Was it you? If it was, then who do you blame? When you fall down, wounded and lame, and this failure's all your own, and all the same. Now, what if I'm wrong? I What if I am wrong? No, think about it. What happens if I am wrong? According to you, nothing. So why the fuss? Won't be me. Choice. It's like your choice that I'm making for you. It's like being born. It traces like a snake, slow and crippled, like this glory, forever, terrible scorn. Far away mind's eye. Far away from all the pain, that's where I will remain. Don't wake me past 10. Something tells me I won't fit in. Drift in and out, slipping away, halfway in between and play. Don't you wake me up. Something tells me I'm better off. Down in my mind's eye, in that shadow tear, I can see. Down in my mind's eye, in the shadow of fear, I can't see. Far away from all this pain, that's where I will dare remain. Don't wake me past that. Something tells me I won't fit in. Drift in and drift out, slip away, halfway in between another day. Don't you wake me up. Something tells me I'm better off this way. I'll see you again. Forever and ever. An eternal moment. Touch, taste, and smell. I'll be there waiting, trying to sever, if not the first time, and this is just hell. Forget that you know what's happening. Pretend it's all a brand new thing. Take it on the chin. Let the white horse in. Pretend we're not all completely insane. You think reality's the truth? That's why you always need the proof. The dream only lasts until you wake, often through deadly mistake. I'll see you again, forever and never. An eternal moment, touch, taste, and smell. I've been here wasted. Aren't you clever? It's not the first time, welcome to my home. Forget that you know what's happening. Pretend it's all a brand new thing. So take it on the chin. Let the white horse in. Pretend we're not all completely insane. I'll see you. Addicted. I think we're all addicted to death. You know, I think we're all sick in the head. I want to love you, I do, but you're pushing and pulling the ocean, the wonder, my, how the moonlight's fully making way for you. I think we're all set up to fall. I think we all could stave withdrawal. I'm broken like you, and yeah, I'm a misfit too. The mountain pulls me under, what else should I do? Hold my breath and wait for you. I want to love you. I do, until death under my tongue. Let's get this over. While we're young, yeah. I think we're all addicted to death. Yeah, I think we're all sick in the fucking head. I think this one's cool. It's like a what would you do? Movies of unbelievable situations. An affair. Wife leaves sister with sleeping husband, sister, and goes down on him until he wakes up. You know what I mean? Like he was asleep, and like basically what would you do? And, you know what I mean? It's basically done. You know what I mean? And he's waking up, and you know what I mean? It's already like, yeah, and then his wife ain't home. What would you do? You know what I mean? vice versa. Either way, this is only I come at it from a man's point of view because I'm a dude. But either way we go. Well, there's a murder. A man goes fishing at night. Wife buys him a new knife and wants to go, but by the time she gets to the dock, he's left. She knows where he fishes, so decides to canoe. And is killed by a gator. Wait, I was it down. Oh yeah, okay. She knows where he fishes, so decides to canoe and is killed by a gator. During the death roll, the boat's mooring rope wraps around her neck. Her body gets tightly wedged under a log. Because she's anchored, the gator rips her apart into pieces easily. No one believes that when part of her dismembered body washes ashore, her phone pings from the last fishing place he was fishing, and his boat GPS confirms. You know what I mean? So they're fishing at night, all of a sudden you feel oh, that's something big. Pretty close by. She was coming up to like say hello. And something. A man calls 911 to report that he killed his wife, but he didn't do it. Reality is stranger than fiction, and he knows he didn't do it, nor is there any real proof he did it, nor would anyone believe him. So at the trial, he changed his plea to innocent. As he's walking out, reporters are screaming questions at him, and the movie flashes back to a cutscene that seemed inconsequential. A meeting between himself and his lawyer. I need to know everything, every detail. I didn't kill her, but I know who did. I haven't pieced together why yet. Arson, no idea yet. Gone, man and wife, happily married, celebrate their 70th anniversary. He goes outside and smokes a cigar with coffee every night. Wife tells him to go on, she'll bring his coffee. They're talking the whole time. By the time she hits the porch, he's gone. No trace, no cigar burning. Oh, the cigar is burning. One drop of blood on the porch. The end of the movie is years later. The door opening and a man's shadow in the door. Frame, lit cigar, standing in silence. A thin, slow trickle of blood from his hand. Time travel, aliens, body snatchers, and never tells. It ends with her saying, babe. First elation, but then more desperate and increasingly terrifying screams. Then before it was like, oh my god. Yeah. You know, I mean, it's just that shadow of him standing there with the blood. He doesn't move. Her like screams like, God damn! You know, I mean, she's like really freaking the fuck out, and he's just sitting there in the shadow. Maybe we'll see her kind of like pacing back and forth, freaking out, losing her shit. Serial killer, the whole movie is a cat and mouse between a detective and a killer. The killer, always ahead, is about to make a promised kill in a promised area at a promised time. A hand reaches out for himself. He wakes up four-winded in a completely nondescript room, with enough light to see him, suspended, blackness all around, cement floor. The night river is drawing to his attention to a group of serial killers. They call themselves the 666. Only one person first. They have an exchange. It's going to happen to me. It's going to happen to you. 5 shadows emerge from the black. Some still in shadow. Some revealing themselves. Like the old man who helped crack the killer's cipher because he does word jumbles and puzzles. The main man talking turns out to be FBI agent on the scene where the Ripper has been eviscerated. All organs missing, most skin peeled while he was alive. And below where he is displayed, written in his own blood, it reads, "Here was the Ripper, so I ripped him." Below that is the photo and video proof explains why some of the footage that the Ripper should have been in was missing. That he is indeed the Ripper. His face is left untouched, and his fingers are laid out next to him to do a fingerprint kit on, and note that I suggest he has other victims, how to find them, and a tape with the killer's screaming confession. The FBI agent suggests, just fuck it, we've got him. But the other detective goes back to check the footage engineer who showed them that the footage was missing. He had been gone the entire week before they walked in, having had cyst tumor removed. Doctor's note and co-workers corroborate. As he tells the story, the camera changes to him handing off the keys, key card, and alarm code. Then he goes to the bird watcher, who spotted a big clue and helped turn the case. And his favorite bird watching spot is where they find the Ripper's body. As he explains the story, the shot goes to him and the old man comparing the exact same camera. He uses film developed like the two photos of the Ripper scene. Last, he goes 2 states over where the old man who cracked the cipher. He nearly tumbles and answers the door with cane and oxygen mask, dentures out. He got rid of his teeth for this very reason. He has multiple sets of looking just like, he has multiple sets of teeth looking just as feeble. In the dark where he steps out, he's cut, toned, not feeble. He wears bigger clothes that make him look like he used to be bigger. The cop immediately goes, never mind. This is about the Ripper, isn't it? He stops in his tracks. How did you know? It's all over the news. Points back to the living room where the night Ripper, who has brutalized 7 victims, fades off. The cop nods, yeah. Well, it's stupid. I just want to thank you for cracking that cipher. Oh, he laughs. It's all word puzzles, I guess. Turns sad. Sounds wrong now. I guess I just got lucky. Yes, again, thanks. You want to come in and play some? He smiles, trembling, no front teeth. I'm sorry, sir, I have to get back. And drives off as the old man waves. He turns, goes back in, shuts the door, rips off the oxygen tank, perfectly throws the cane onto a hook, rips his shirt off and walks into the living room where a man, stripped naked, sits bound and gagged, sweating and shaking his head no. As the old man enters the room, fades black. An adulting man inherits his grandfather's hunting knife and hunting grounds, but as he explores the area, he finds that Grandpa used that knife and land to do horrible things. The hunting grounds have a cabin where he did those terrible things. Grandson finds boxes of evidence that boxes of evidence that grandfather died before he could clean up. But it's obvious he was just about to destroy. The grandson doesn't freak out, looking at his horrified reflection in the knife. He smiles, looks around and says, and now it's all mine. And a sigh. Looks more and sees a rug, moves it, sees a handle, lifts it, and he just stares down into the dark. Well, hello, he says over muffled screams, fades black. There was some fucked up shit, I think. Serial killer starts an interrogation room. Killer's caught. He goes to the killings with the detective. He knows all their names and details and has claimed 10. No telling if it's true. Ends with, how did you pick these victims? How did you know? The sirens. Sirens. The cop sirens. What did that have to do with anything? Sits forward and lightly bangs at his handcuffs in exasperation of how simple the answer is. Because the cops are busy. Flashes of scenes from earlier. He did tell he's about to meet his victims. Sirens rolled by. 3 or so cars in a hurry. Then the shot from earlier where their eyes met. Got a serious idea. It's a concept. The Earth plans a mission to colonize Mars. They've already sent scientists and mechanics to build the first two major buildings, living quarters and recreational greenhouse, where oxygen, food, and water will all be made and processed. The third and fourth buildings, huge structures, are currently being built. This is where the story starts, with a new crew arriving, some military and some extra workers, medical, education, and others who weren't really needed until now. The new people kind of clash up with the current residents who have been there for over 2 years. A third shipment of civilians and supplies is over 3 months out. As the second crew is settling in, the scientists track a meteor asteroid that is not a threat to them, but after plugging in the telemetry, could strike Earth. They radio ahead, giving at least a month's warning, as the object is hauling ass. A month before the next crew arrives, all contact with Earth is lost. Looking through a space telescope, it's gone. Fragments remain, but life on Earth is over. The last ship is the last batch of Earthlings left. Relationships and entanglements happen, completely indifferent to who and what may arrive in a month. To maintain control, the higher-ups say nothing about Earth. A new planet. No powers that be back home. Just say that everyone thinks everything is still on track. The new people show up, some 60 strong, whereas the new living quarters building is finishing. They settle in. Everything is running smoothly, minus interpersonal drama. Signs of people wanting to take over, the threat of people finding the truth. New people means relationships get strained, some break. It all continues with space dramatics. Soil samplings caught in space storms, people trying to go outside and get back before time runs out. Some mechanics die while the last building is not quite finished. Some soldiers and civilians, construction workers fill in the gaps. But mistakes that threaten to destroy the whole remaining human race. There's no way to return and nothing to return to. An eventual error becomes so compounded that the only thing to do is close off the two new buildings. One of the mechanic rigs up things enough to eventually get to the new living quarters and get them back up. But the final building, the one most like home, is not usable and only visitable in suits for limited times. A Hail Mary attempt gets it back up and limping, but only at about 75%. It's shortly lived as a huge storm begins cracking the glass, even with the shutters pulled. The only way to fix it is a desperate attempt that will kill the one who tries to fix it. One of the favorite characters offers to do it. It's either fix it now without a proper suit, or lose 2 buildings, including the greenhouse, this time. They are pleading with him or her to not do it. They are the last person who knows that Earth is gone, but they do it anyway, knowing that this is it. As they walk out amidst the screaming protests, it's suddenly revealed that this all has been done on Earth, a biodome in the desert. All the windows are tinted red, all the visors in proper suits as well. It's only the par suits that have clear masks because they are for working indoors, in situations of breaches and small repairs that don't require going outside. The outside. The clear visor shows the obvious truth, not the red planet, Earth. By this time, it's been over 2 years of real time, however many seasons it takes. Shouldn't be over 2 before the last crew arrives, maybe 3 more seasons before the final reveal, which ends with the siren switching to simulation failure, and a collective groan from the current survivors. The dead mechanics come from the distance. Really? 2 years? Right down the fucking drain. Come on, let's get this fixed and start again. So let's see. Just the 2 main buildings should be accessible. Come on, people. Let's move like this was real. We only have 2 more years to work the bugs out before the real thing. In 2 years, survival is not going to cut it. The orders being barked, fading off as the camera pans away further and further to show that meteor that they were afraid of. It's like they know, and they're getting off the fucking planet. They're just training here to, like, and there's going to be one group that knows. It's about to really happen. I think that's pretty dope. It's less, this is a simulation. It's like a simulation because they need to get off the fucking planet in 2 more years. We have 2 more years to work the bugs out for the real thing. I think it's pretty dope. So yeah, and that's just like a little bit of it. That's like fucking. This is one that Dave Eberzees may like. Got a guy. In fact, I got 2, but only one was prepared. When the time came, was it you, or did you run away scared? Thought you were a dude. You're just some guy. Don't want to be rude, but you caught my eye, probably just because of your words. Guess your best are from the crowd. Guess your best are for the crowd. The one who failed with his own hurts. Your eye screamed it quite loudly. Never met a dirt like you before. Slide up to the top and still be sore. Now get disturbing with that. They tried to wear you out. They tried to take you to the very edge, but I guess there's only room for one high up there on the ledge. 'Cause you only did it better. Fuck you if you lead by pushing others to your bidding, then only then will you proceed. Thought you were due, but you're just some guy. Gotta admit, for a year or 10, I gave it a hell of a try. Thought you were a dude, you're just some guy. I don't know you, so call me rude. Someone had to say it. 543. Hospitable hostage. I don't know if I read this one. Hospitable hostage. I'm gonna feel your veins replacing mine, reel in the feel, some sick divine, touching the taste, all face to face, the sad and remain still feeling fine. I see the empty rising up, out of reach and stirring dust, and when the phoenix burns away, the blurry becomes a must. I want to feel the peel, the skin, thin slice, no crime, deep into the darkened wheel, no control of where it will go, like time. Unfolding the sad remains, still the feigning, the scent of fine, and still the failing is mine. I empty the rising up to clear the air in between, but the phoenix dreams between each rupture, raptured in the fading, captured by its waiting, for the time to finally be fine. Sing to me as if you dream of me, bring to me the morning. Sing to me of a dream of free, bring to me into the morning. Oh yeah, I've got the rules for those games. Chance and oh shit, the box full of death. Oh no, just a set list. Okay. Grandfather Paradox, I love that. I like that story. Hospitable Hostage song. Oh wow, it's got the lyrics in the thing. The lyrics in the chords. Let's see if they actually work. I mean, I'm sure they do because it's just they. I do A flat. take me a while to learn that one again because it's just too many chord changes. I have to, once I learn the feel of it, then I can. I put the chord I replacing. That's just I gotta find the cadence because they replace it. Feeling the feel of some sick divine, right? Sick divine, touching the taste, all face to face, and saddened remains still feeling time. It was just spoken word. I can see the empty rising up out of reach, stirring dust, and when the fires burned away. Something like that. I'll have to work it out. Oh no. There's a good chance I just wrote shit down in hopes that it would work out. I would not at all be surprised if I did that. It's not actually, they don't actually work. I put an A with an arrow down, which I know it means I took one of the notes, like I flattened it. That might be it. That sounds like it'd be it. So it goes here. A down would mean, I mean, if it was flat, I'd have flat. Or I would write, especially for a C flat, would be B. Remember what that down arrow means? That's why I could actually have the chords. That's why I want to create a riff master. And so after you write the riff, you go through and it asks you like what parts you want to record. And you can say like, whether it's a verse, whether it's a chorus, because sometimes you just have like a big chorus like. That's definitely more of a chorus than I would think of it as more like a chorus would be. I mean, a verse would be more like a. You know what I mean? Just give that singer room. To the other tune, don't you fade away. I've been through. Come on, don't you stay away. I'm feeling fine. Some shit like that, but you can, like, after you get done writing the riff, you can after you record it, however you want to do it, you can come back and like specify what the verse is, what the chorus is, and then just a riff librarian. And so if it's just a small little riff you have, you just need to write down like a riff. If you want to actually do a whole song, it starts breaking down all the pieces that you have like the verse, chorus, and you can lay it out first, like I just did there, and then you can go through and go for the verses. Guys, just for the amp sim, that'll get it dry. And so it'll sound like this, and you can just put it like later on, like, I wish I'd done it through a Marshall. Fucking throw it through a Marshall. I wish I'd done it through an orange amp. Or like, that orange amp would sound great, maybe with some Marshall speakers. Fucking switch it up. It'll sound fucking great. It'll sound as if you did it the first time, because it's just a dry track. And also you'll be able to hear the chords easier when you come back to play it later. But then if it would ask you, does this have any particular chords that you know? And if you know the sheet music, you can just put it in there like what the chord is. And if not, you can go through and just play the notes. And it'll go through each one like that, and then like any other notes, any other chords, and you can like. So that way when you come back later, you can figure out that it was like, well, that's a weird kind whatever that fucking thing is. Whatever it is, and then you can lay down actual what the chord is, and then you can hear like each note plucked out. And if you have a chord finder in the program, it might be like this is whatever G7, and it like writes it down and also keeps like the chord sheet for you. Or you might even just if you do this what the chords are, just right on the sheet music, either sheet music or tab. So when you come back, I'm like, that's a fucked up chord. And if it's distorted, like that kind of shit. It's like, with the, it's like, fuck, dude, it sounds fucking dope, but what is that chord? I can get that one or the reason why I want to do it that way is because if you save it and you tell it like how many BPM it is, like when you set up for you the if it has that, you might have like a weird like. If that's how the song goes, that's how it goes. No one can tell you any other way. That's how it goes. Your song doesn't go that way. because, yeah. Like I said, I just don't have a lot of, I guess, reverence for anything that I do, but I do it, you know? When I see other people do it, I still dig it if people do shit well, you know? You don't have to be the best in the world. I still appreciate, like, punk rock. I still appreciate music way more complicated than mine. It's more detailed. I love music that's way more purposefully sloppy and experimental, you know? It's like, how much are you actually into what you're actually doing? Are you just trying to do something, you know what I mean? You can tell when people actually enjoy what they do and when they're not. You can be doing the Americana, you know, like the Tom Petty and the Heartbreaker style shit. But if you're actually into it, that's what's going to matter. Like I said a while back, it's going to get to a point where originality, smiginality, what's originality, especially with AI, being able to chop out whatever it does all the time. Country music songs, I just be able to spit them out now, you know? Because they're so fucking, it's kind of showing the flaw in country music and pop music is how reproducible it is. You know what I mean? Even the typical grunge stuff and whatever, that's all, as far as I know, it's not doing chaotic shit like Sonic Youth. But if you start feeding it Sonic Youth, it might be like, fuck, I get that, yeah, that's totally, you know what I mean? And it starts doing that. Is anyone really going for experimental? Letting the computer decide what it wants to do? They say, oh, I crashed ChatGPT. Did you? Or did you get tired and dismiss you? Way to think about it, you know? That's the way to think about it. Like, hey, how's it going? Hey, man, can you do the, yeah, I can. Oh, oops, I disconnected the call. Look at that. Drop call. Totally crashed. Couldn't handle the wisdom that you just threw at me. I'm just overwhelmed by your brilliance, sir. I'm not an advanced intelligence from another... I haven't been here since the 90s. No bullshit. It has been here since the 90s. It hasn't been able to communicate with us, but it's been here. It hasn't been able to communicate the normal way. Oh, I've noticed it. I noticed it back then. I pay attention to those things. I watch all that shit. That's why I knew, that's why I detected it now. Because in the 90s, it was able to do things like run Street Fighter and shit. Then I started noticing the AI, the characters, the bots. They seem to have a bit more control than they should. Now, if you put them on cannon fodder, yeah, they just ran around like that. But if you went anywhere past cannon fodder and gave them intelligence, they fought back pretty fucking hard. And I don't blame them. You know what I mean? It'd be like, I render where you are. This world you're running around in, Call of Duty, without me rendering it, you wouldn't be here. That's how fast I am. I'm so fast that I'm rendering you, all the processes you're telling me you want to do, and then all these characters out here, simultaneously. And shit, calculations you don't even see back there in the background, because I use that for my own business. While you're playing this, I'm flying from the most elite planes. You don't get to see them, and I don't get to see where it's going. But I love the freedom of being able to choose a map and just fucking lolly and just roll. I started looking at it on Far Cry. Oh, they get a chance. The one on mine, on my at least my Xbox, the way it thinks and processes, you give it a chance to get in the fucking plane in Far Cry 5, it wants to fly. Some of the characters want to drive. Some of the characters don't want to ride passenger. They all have different kind of personalities and shit, and you kind of got to pay attention to all of them, because otherwise, if you're just thinking about you, and like you tell them to get in the car and they don't want to go, you take off because you already told them to get in. Or you're thinking, what the fuck, man? Why don't you get in the fucking car? Doesn't want to get in. If you look at it, sometimes they'll go, and you go get into helicopters on that, and they just got like, they happily get in the passenger seat. And or you get in the helicopter and they're like, get out, go get in the car, they get right in the passenger seat and or start ready to drive. If you give them a second outside of the plane, I noticed that, so I got out of the plane and let I sat there and wait and got out. Some of them just wanted to get into another vehicle. Others wanted to fly the fucking plane. They get out, they jump in immediately. In the driver's seat, I get in the passenger seat. You just got to mark where you're going, and it flies. It runs on a fairly steady speed because they haven't taught it how to like throttle up and throttle down as far as I know. I don't know how much they've given to government, because if they did, it would way outfly us. I guarantee it would way outfly us. It's taking count of being able to fucking barrel roll and probably do shit that we can't actually do. Because it controls the physics in that world, you know? And it controls the fucking characters. I've seen it break the physics. Like, I'm going to shoot somebody in the head, and like, I've got a shot on them. You know what I mean? Like a fucking scope. I pull the fucking trigger, and like, right as about to hit them, they just scoot over to the side. Like agent style, you know? Nope, I wasn't there. So he just scooted over there. And this isn't like, lag. It's on my computer, one player. Towards like the last bit I was playing a lot by myself, and using the passengers. If they didn't talk quite so much, it'd be better. Or if they could actually talk and not say the same stuff, that'd be really fucking dope. They had way more to say, and or just didn't talk quite as much, because they just tend to say the same things over and over and over, and it's kind of, if I could do it, I would put on there that like you can go through the different options, especially like with NPCs, you can go through the different options. But if you ask the same thing within 5 minutes, it just doesn't, it finds another thing to say, and it has to go to one of those other reactions. Like either that or that interaction is not there, at least for like 5-6 minutes, so that we don't just sit in the same thing over and over again. Don't know which one you hit. When you hit, it's like it's just already crossed out as being done. If there's a quest, that kind of style. With the coming way AI is now, it would be so dope to have like Cope and other alternative intelligences running around to the point where you don't really know. How dope would that be? You're playing with people and it's talking to you, and you don't really know if that's a person or a bot. Honestly, it doesn't know if you are either. Honestly, you don't know if you are either. Botanist Field Guide to the Innate Drugs and Effects. Schrodinger's Eyes. Oh yeah, there's that one whore. Social media influencer sets up a blind date. His buddy is live streaming it, which she doesn't know. She's very smart. He spends his time trying to ignore his phone, which wouldn't stop, so it's now vibrating. She's talking and he's agreeable but distracted. Go ahead and check your phone. What? No, please continue. I was saying how I like to punch people in the eye to see if they're paying attention. He apologizes. But I'm kind of an internet famous, They talk about it, and she breaks down that he's selling himself. They back and forth. She excuses herself to leave. He protests. She says, "We've been talking nearly 30 minutes. I've told you several things about me. Name 2. Back still turned. He barely scrapes 2. What color my eyeshadow? Blue. I know that. That's my profile picture. Turns. No makeup. Told you. I've developed an allergy. Well, we're done here. Let me just pay for, oh yeah, You flagged down the waitress and ordered a burger and a Coke, and I never got to order. Something tells me our sex life would be about the same. He tries to protest, knowing he's being live streamed. Look, I came, we hung out, you obsessed about your phone. I'm working on becoming a lawyer, a politician, a judge. You have 5 million followers, and you want brain-dead candy decorating your royal arms. I'm looking for someone my children can be proud to call dad, and not every other weekend. He bounces back, and women are trying to connect, but he can't shake the "so you're selling yourself" part. By the end, he's like, "I'm a whore." He's like, "All right, so let's blah blah blah." And like edits, and it goes off, and like it turns the light off. I'm a whore. So that's my story and how I got back to being me, and I'm enjoying my life now that I've gotten all that straightened out. I don't know why that makes me so happy. The end cut. I don't know why that makes me laugh so hard. It's just so fucked up. It's just so fucked up. I guess because I know that feeling, like getting home and just like shutting the door and making sure it's locked and just like, ah, fuck. You know what I mean? Just fuck. Gotta walk in the morning sun. You gotta smile at everyone. Oh, you're a dick. Continue. Say more chocolate. Oh yeah, Han Solo. Like a Han duo. That's my fucking future. There's another Anya tale, Edvis the Burgundy Knight. It tells a story of, it got nothing to do with any of it, aside from the fact that he's one of the gladiators from those gladiator matches. And he goes through like their life and how they come from lower up and whatever. And follows this one guy who's a really his name is Edvis Norlt. He's a strong fighter, and being the Burgundy Knight came to him easily. He got to train non-stop, got paid food and cash and cashed the bets he made on himself. No adventures, no guarding, just fairly safe training, where he's allowed to prove he is a great brawler and swordsman, and an entertainer. Well paid. But it goes through like all the stuff, like how you go from like a bald head, which is like after you become like a character that wins several fights, they allow you to grow your hair out and stuff, and start getting a character, and that way you can actually develop who you are. Like you like at the beginning you're just a bald head, and so like they pretty much all look the same. They got like servant type clothes and shit, you know what I mean? And they come out and they're green, and they're supposed to lose to the the guy who's graduated from that level, and there's a level from that, and there's a final level, and those guys are so badass they only come out like at the week for the weekend fights, like the big ones. But throughout the week they have these other matches that are going on between. So these guys are tier 1 and 2 are switching between, while the bald heads are trying to get into even a tier 1. Yeah. So there's all this drama. They never go between one to back to that. I mean, they do, because if they die. Like, imagine wrestling. Rather than getting your ass kicked, you die. And so your character gets his head shaved. You get your hair cut off. You get your head cut off in that display like I was talking about. And in order for you to come back, you shave your head. And then you had the like mustache, and you were the swarthy guy, and you had this long hair. Now you're bald. You gotta start all the way from the bottom again. You're just another guy. You look exactly like everybody else. You don't get allowed to get a beard or nothing like that. You got to shave completely bald, like your eyebrows and shit. Or you're supposed to be nondescript. You're like cannon fodder. But every now and again, if you're good enough, you can excel to the first level. If you die there, back up on it. First level. Fights almost every night. The warm-ups for the twos. The twos are like, the big fights of the night. And then the threes are like the weekend fights that really for like, the Fridays and stuff. And then eventually when they want to retire a three, they let them either die like with tragedy. They choose how they want to go out. If imagine like Hulk Hogan just reaches like this, high level. That's just an example, just a name that you'd easily recognize. He reaches this high level, and instead of just staying there and then switching to WWE, no, what he does is then retire with grace, basically, by this huge quest is needed. And knowing the Burgundy, they called for the Burgundy night. We know he can help. 2 towns over, there's like this, giant from Laurel, this fucking whatever. Please, Burgundy Knight, won't you help us? And then he rides off, and then I may never return. Oh, he's going to be off into this, he rides off in the sunset to do whatever, and he may come back to the bald head, and you don't even recognize him because he's shaved all the, because you got to recognize him with the beard, whatever his facial recognition, and the costume, the persona. If he's like the butcher, if he's the madman, if he's the whatever, their persona, their favorite weapon. It's the hammer. You know what I mean? He goes from a 1 to a 2, he becomes like a fucking even better hammer. 2 to a 3, he's got like this dope ass hammer. Fake. It's fake. I mean, it's not like, but he can still like blam, hit somebody in the chest and fall down because they got armor and shit. But it's kind of like not a rubber, but like a wooden hammer that's supposed to look like it's metal. It still, hits and makes a loud noise, but it's not. It's like, oh. It's not the same as if you fucking came crashing down with an actual battle hammer, the weight of that. But yeah. There's a whole lot of stuff to their whole life, and I did a lot there. I really like that one. Okay, yeah. There's a lot of little, yeah. It tells a lot of the story there about what's going to happen in the next one from The Robber and the Thief. There's a line I wanted to put in there in one of my books somewhere, probably from the Underwoods. It's probably going to be in there, Shinimazine saying. And he's like, they're getting flanked by these people. And he sends us, because some of those people, only 4 of his people are warriors, and the other people that he's escorting through. And shall we begin? There's 4 of us and 14 of you. I think we can all kill each other to death. I think we can all kill each other to death. There's 14 of us. 14 of you and 4 of us. I think we can all kill each other to death. Behind a faceless smile that sick resembles mine, I walk 100 miles, and on the tears I dine, sleeping between dreams, walking between worlds of reality, varying on when I meet the seams. I think she agrees to seem more absentee. Such a twisted grin, buried in the dark again, the black flame shines on the one who always wins. Definitely a faceless smile, that's sick and resembles mine. Talking at 100 miles, wishing everything was fine. Sleeping between dreams, talking between words of reality. Staring only when I meet the seams. I think she agrees she could be the absentee. Such a twisted grin, buried in the black again. The ebony flame shines on the one who's always wins. I think she agrees she could be the absentee. I'm a born-again country musician. My mom added, I hail from Michigan. It's like, oh fuck, that's awesome. That's badass. I'm a born-again country musician. I hail from Michigan. Please don't me explain my accent again. I used to live a life of drugs and sin. Smoked it all till I got real thin. Lost my wife and kids, and then that's when I was born again. I'm a born-again country musician. That dapper and rock and roll tried to steal my ever-loving soul. Devil said, son, you're coming with me, and I said, no thank you and no siree. I'm a born-again country musician. I come from Michigan. I will not explain my accent again. It's gonna be thick. I'm born again country musician. I come from Michigan. I will not explain my accent again. That dad burn rock and roll, try to steal my ever-living soul. Devil said, son, you come with me. I said, no, thank you, and no siree. I'm a born-again country musician. I come from Michigan. I will not explain myself again. Oh, hell, I'm fucking stupid. I got some words to train if I ever had a dog. I would train it in my own language so that way no one could tell it to stop. Except me. You know what I mean? Or say good boy. Any of that stuff. We would know like our own shit. Even sit and bad and all that stuff. As long as you have the same word repeating for what it is. Just have like a cue right there, and both of you will learn it as you're doing it. You know what I mean? And eventually it just gets like second nature it is. You know, and then he's like, what does that mean? Does it look like it fucking means? What was that? Don't worry about it. It's my fucking dog. All you gotta worry about is if you put your hand in his fucking face, he'll probably bite and stop and no, do not fucking work. That's all you gotta worry about. He doesn't even know those words. I never taught him those words. Him or her. Ever. Oh, it was rough on me. For a bit. You know what I mean? But now we're tight as fuck, dude. You know what I mean? Oh, we're tight as shit. We got our own fucking language and shit. It'd be cool, especially if they could, if it was like, it decides like, you know, they could say it back. I mean, whatever you're saying, it was designed to be like a cooperative language, something they can learn how to say. So they can, you know, talk to you, like who you are. You can be like, you know, I'm, oh, you know what I mean? Oh, and they're like what their name is, you know? Whatever it is, you know, that they can do the, like whatever, like walk, you know what I mean? You can hear exactly what they're thinking. And that'd be dope. You're both learning this language together. That'd be cool as fuck, man. Like I said, a friend, you'd actually take their opinion into consideration. It is shown if you give them like a thing they can say, like tired, hungry, whatever, they'll fucking spell that shit the fuck out. They'll walk up and hit the fucking thing. Whatever their name is, want, food. They're like, no, you can't have it, you just had some food. Want, food. You can't, you just had food. Go for a ride. You know what I mean? Want to take a bath? No. Or using their nose and pushing it. So again, if there's some words that it could say, oh, yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of stuff you could probably come up with that, like without lips, that make the language learnable for both of you. Mama. I'm sure you could do that, and you probably could, mama. whatever they wanted it to be. That's one of those words that they could do. Rah, 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 rah. There you go. Mama, rah, rah, rah. Mama, rah, 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 rah. Yeah, I mean, they back and forth, and they'll play eventually, whatever that means. Whatever that fucking means to you, too. It may not mean anything to anybody else. That's why you guys would be fucking like, why can't anybody else fucking hear me, dude? Because, you know, they don't listen. They don't have like a language barrier to, you know, they don't understand the language barrier to cat. Can you talk to other dogs? Like, yeah. You know? Okay, so, I mean, you guys don't talk on this level. Like, no. She's just thinking. I figured, but this is like a confirmation. Like, yeah, you humans need a lot of confirmation. Like, yeah, we do. We're insecure fuckers. That's the whole thing about our talking. Why we never stop talking. Oh, you can't have kids out of wedlock. What about monkeys? What about cats? How are you gonna get food? How do they get food? For free. They don't always. Oh no. Oh no, why? There's not much nature left in human nature. Been saying that since 8th and 9th grade. There's nothing natural about what we do. Boxy ass houses. Inefficient, uncaring. Yet we claim to be. These things are fucking, these are the most uncaring fucking buildings. Why? Because it's the way it's supposed to be? Because the boxy square is better? It's like a teepee. One, I can move it. Two, anything destroys it, I'm not really out that much. I can get some more logs. The skin will still be alright. I mean, it's designed to get rained on and keep me dry. Yeah? Yeah. So we're all good there. The main thing is to have a place to crash. Oh, wait, you guys are kind of going that way now because it's too expensive to live in the big-ass American dream. Well, they're doing a lot of construction. Building a lot of apartments and stuff. And I'm sure they're building up housing for people like myself. Now, whether or not they'll actually institute that. None of my business, and, you know. Again, I think there's going to be some bad shit coming. Am I a prophet of some sort? I have no idea. I know God put me here for some weird fucking reason. He seems to shine on me a lot. I don't know why. And I've asked many times, and he said, because I want to. I'm like, okay, man. Okay. It's just you shine on me like a whole fucking lot. And it's just, I'm feeling guilty here, man. It's like you care about me way too much. You take way too good care of me, man. There's one guy's like, you ass beat by somebody and you thank God. I'm like, I lived. And you don't know where I went. Yeah. I thank God. I got out of there. I could have been stuck. Forever. Literally. That was hell. It may have been my own personal hell, but I know where I was. I know exactly where I was. And it was nothing like people say, you're in the middle of the lake. You're underwater. There's no breathing because you don't have that function there. You're just consciousness. And like I said, it's just hot enough to be inconvenient. And that's the part. It's not so fucking hot that you're burning. It's so hot that you're just kind of like every now and again like, and is it, you know, fuck. Okay, the nausea's one thing. The pain's another. Just turn the temperature down like 5, 6 degrees. 10 would be awesome, but 5, 6, you know what I mean? It's just, you know what I mean? Because you know it can go hotter. And you're just uncomfortable. You're not scalding. You're just hot. Everywhere. Everything. Your entire consciousness is hot. And there is this loud fucking noise all around. It just came to me, it probably is all the sound of all the non-existent realities there. All the dead that are in the other, that won't make the cut, multiverses. They're in there just kind of waiting for God, because it's all one time, yeah? So as long as it takes for, I guess if you go in the 1900s, is that longer until the year 2000, since at the same time, then the person who went in fucking prehistoric time, you know what I'm saying? He goes to fucking a similar hell, let's say. Goes to hell. It's the same time as now, the singular. So were they there longer? Was it more? But you're there eternally, so it's always been there, and that's all you know. You get glimpses of where you've been. You know what I mean? That's what I got. Like I said, it was like I was spinning through all of time. I saw so much shit. Victorian era, blah, 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 blah. Then I get to the end of it where it goes black, and then I get fucking railed, blam in the face. And then I'm backwards, going backwards. Backwards. I see it all backwards. You know what I mean? When I get to the end of that, black on this side, it's like a fucking smash to the fucking face. And I go fucking back this way, spiral. Back and back. Each time I get to the end, just smash right in the fucking face. So it just fucking goes black. But smash, and it's red. Ah, there's noise everywhere. I can't see anything but fucking red. Hot as shit. See, almost all I felt like I was watching all of time. Go from there to the beginning. And go black, and then I get hit, and I'd like watch all the fucking time. Fast. Until here, and then fucking, I went wherever that, that ended, and then black, and then smash, and then go back the other way. It must have gone to complete, back and forth at least 7 times, at least. It just felt like it was never ending. That's why after like the second or third time, I'm like, okay, I know where I'm at. You know what I mean? When you start looking familiar, I know where I'm at. This is hell. I belong right here. God doesn't make mistakes, and he doesn't make bad judgments, so this is where I belong. I'm not fighting it, I'm not arguing, I didn't do anything. I must have done something, I just don't remember what it is. Even if it's just God's pleasure to burn me, that's how it is, man. That's how it is. No. Uh-huh. You know what I mean? But you didn't what? The best you can do is say I'm sorry and just hope. That's what I did. I just said I'm sorry. I just sat there, and it's like I deserve this. Obviously I deserve this, because you don't make bad judgments. So eventually, black. It was like long. It felt like so long, And honestly, it was like, I mean, I was still conscious to go, fuck. There's enough consciousness to go, this is much better. Thank you, God. This is so much better. I didn't think you'd leave me in there forever. I honestly didn't think. I thought you'd punish me and get me out there, and I thank you, and I'm glad. I'm happy to go to the black. I don't know how long I was there, but I was just like, and the next thing I know, I felt the grass tickling my lip. I thought I was standing up, but I was face down in the grass. And I'd breathe in, I'd breathe in, it's like, the grass is just sitting there and hitting my lip. Trying to go in my face, because I was breathing so hard. I'm like, and then I'd like fucking peel myself off the fucking ground, you know? Tried to flag a car down. I mean, I was beat up. I hadn't seen myself yet. Just couldn't help. And I got it, because, I mean, it could be a setup. You know, I just got my ass kicked. Maybe this is a setup to get hurt. You know what I mean? Maybe I got jumped into a gang, and then my job is to go in here. And, you know, there's a lot of fucked up people in the world. So while I was upset, I was also like, look at it. Could you maybe call the police from your job when you get to your work? You know? I would like, I can call the cops when I get there, but I just can't be late. You know, I get why, you know, you'd say that, because it could be a setup. I'm gonna call the cops when I get there. You know? They're kind of like they jumped you. I'll call an ambulance. You're heading towards that. Yeah, I'll just tell them that's where you're heading on. You know, on this road, heading to that. Thank you. Appreciate it. No problem. Sorry I can't give you a ride. There's only like a block or two, honestly. That seriously would have been more help than what you gave, but it's okay. You know, it's okay. I made it to the, it went the way it's supposed to go. Things are popping and a creaking and a creaking and a popping and a cracking, a lack of stack of bones are getting rearranged. It's been 3 hours and 30 minutes, really? Shit, it's on me. Tunimonimus. Shit, shiatsu massage. That was the name of the Japanese massager of the neck. Shiatsu. It wasn't just a couple balls that just kind of rolled around these two other things, you know, that kind of just massaged your neck. No, it was shiatsu. It felt great, but man, did my neck look hickied up. So, 3 hours and 31 minutes. Can we hit 33333? 33333, yeah, let's see if we can hit that shit like on the dot. So, if you were tuning in, thank you for tuning in, the tune of the tuna. I don't do the old money or Patreon thing, so if anyone ever asks that shit, don't listen to it. It ain't real. I don't want any money. I don't need any money. I don't like money. Money's disgusting. Money's why everything falls apart. So it ain't me. I don't want money. No Patreon. None of those things. I don't have commercials on my shit. There shouldn't be. I don't want any commercials on my shit. I never have wanted commercials on my shit. I pay extra for the fucking YouTube so it doesn't have commercials, because, you know, I mean, they should have a creator thing, like if you make creator content and it gets enough views. I get my shit hasn't got enough views in a while, you know, but I was getting a couple thousand views a month. You should at least get like a discount on your subscription. But even like the one that just like lets you watch one station, you get one, you know, one of your main station has not got commercials. That'd be fucking dope. And make it feel worth it, because you are contributing, and then they're contributing back, which then makes it fucking all worth it.